Welcome back to the channel, Out Bush Detecting. Thank you very much for tuning in, and for all those people who are new subscribers, thank you so much, appreciate it. And to everybody who has commented on all my videos, thank you so much. I do appreciate those comments as well, and I always try to reply to everybody that does comment on the channel. So please chuck a comment up, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe so I can keep things going. I'm heading once again, I'm out once again in the Western Australian goldfields, and I'm coming to a couple of new locations to have a bit of a look around, look at some new dumps, and I'll be targeting, as usual, the old dog licence registration tags from Western Australia and the old horse and cart registration plates, which are very, very collectible and very sought after. So stick around, enjoy the video, grab a coffee, sit down and stick around to the end, because there's going to be some awesome things shown in this video. All right guys, I'll continue on and I'll see you on the first dig. Well, good morning. First target for the morning actually coming out, and I'm on a new spot today. I'm not going to give you too much information away where this is, because yeah, I want to have a really good go around here. So it's down in this little hole here, got a little scratchy sort of tone, because once again it's like a tip area. You've got a lot of tin and iron around, so you've got to sort of go very, very slow. And of course I'm using the Minelab Equinox 800 with the 6-inch coil. So that'll be my weapon of choice today while I'm going over a new area. So this has come out, and this is good, because what this allows you to do if you do find old coins is it allows you to date the site that you're on. So this is a British penny. It's actually in quite really nice condition actually. It's got beautiful green patina on it, and you can see on the front there it does have a date at the bottom of zoom in a little bit, of 1900. And on the back that will be, there we go, there you can see Veiled Head Victoria. So Victoria on the back. So this is spot on the age that I want. I'm glad I found a coin first up, because it does just tell me that I'm in the right area and on the right age to try and find a very old tag from here. Okay, I'll continue on and I'll see you on the next dig. Okay, next target to come up next to this tree, beautiful little high tone, and it's a sunbaker. I don't see these, or you do see a lot of sunbakers out here in the goldfields, but don't see many coins sunbaking. And you can see just there, if I zoom down on it, it's a 6-pence, and it does, oh god, I tell you what, the prickles here are bad. 6-pence, and it does have a date on there, 1897. So once again, that's going to be Victoria and early. Let's have a look. Yeah, there she is. There's Victoria. This is going to be a beautiful coin when it's cleaned up. On this side, 6-pence, 1897, and that's just a quick rub with the fingers. Beautiful condition coin. All right, that's lovely. Still in the right area, still continuing on. I'll see you on the next dig. Look, apologies for the wind noise, but it's going to be a bit of a trade-off today, because it's going to be a windy day all day. But the good thing is, when you have the wind, you don't have the flies, so I'm not going to complain at all. So, been a good morning so far. I've got the 2 coins, and I'm coming around to these little ash piles, which are around the outside of the area that I'm looking at, and I'm sort of moving a little bit of tin and stuff out of the way. There's a lot of these bands that you see on barrels, so you've got all these barrel bands everywhere, and if you move them out the way, you sort of get into little spots that people haven't been able to detect over before. And lovely little tone down there after I move some of this tin out of the way that you see here, and look what's come out. I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. I haven't picked this up. That's literally one scrape of the pick and there she was. But things here are going to be shallow because everything's dumped just on the surface. And it is definitely 100% a dog registration tag. Now this could be one of two dates, 1919 or 1911. But in the area I'm at the moment, I'm probably going to say it's more towards 1911, but I'm not sure. But let's just have a look. As I give this a bit of a clean. Boy, I tell you what, look at the edges of this tag. It was on the dog for a while. That's been bumping up against a lot of rocks and stones and other things. 1918, I think. 1918. Dog registration. On the back, I can't read it. I can't read it on the back, so let's give it a bit of a brush. Let's give it a bit of a brush and have a look and see where it's from. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Alright, giving a bit of a brush and it's a bloody ripper. I am stoked, really stoked. So it is a 1918, so you can just see there. And have a look how worn this is. This was on the dog for a while. The ring is very worn at the top where the ring would have gone through the loop. You can just make out there, dog registration, Western Australia. Now, this is the reason I'm here. You can just make out there. It's a Rhodes board of Q Day Dawn. So this was the crossover year, or one of the years when the Rhodes board of Q, and you can just see there CUE with a little dash, and then Day Dawn. So this is a Q Day Dawn tag, so it's a joint Rhodes board, but it's exactly the one I'm looking for, and it's the first one I've ever found, so from this particular municipality. Number 39, you can see at the top there. Let's see if I can get some sun on it. There we go, look at that. It's only very early in the morning, so, but that's awesome. First tag for the trip, absolutely stoked. All right guys, I'll continue on and I'll see you on the next dig. Alright, yeah, I haven't moved very far because like literally the tags have just been over here. But there's so many targets through here and I've just got to go so slow. So while I'm getting brass, I don't really care because I know there's stuff around. 2 little targets came out of this hole. That's a pretty fancy looking old bobby pin. So I'll put that in the pouch, have a look at that later. And also this is what I think what the main target was. I think it's a like a little pin or a brooch. You can see it's very unusual little fixing on the back there. But enamel. I'd say, I don't know if that's silver in the middle, I'll give it a clean up later, and those stones will be fake. But very high tone, so that's why I'm thinking it might have been that little insert in the middle might be silver. But we'll see, I'll clean it up and I'll put it in the wrap up. But yeah, lovely little old Goldfields type brooch. Really nice. Okay, cool, I'll continue on, I'll see you on the next dig. Well, I've zipped around to the outside part because where I was in the main body of this little area here, it's there was obviously well detected, and I'm getting more signals on the outskirts. But look, one of the most common things we find out here, which I'll show you, and they give a good signal, are these old pocket watches. Let's see if I can just give him a bit of a tap out. This one's just brass, but it's mostly intact, and it would have been a probably, by the looks of things, they're gold plated on the inside. You can see it's hard to see in this light because it's very early in the morning, but you can just see the gold plating on the inside there. But yeah, very common find out here in the Goldfields are these old pocket watches. I generally go home with literally hundreds of pieces of these things, but yep, I always pick them up and I always take them home, have a bit of a look at them. I'll give this a clean up anyway because you don't know, it might have some marks on it somewhere, and you can do some research on it. But you also find a lot of silver parts of these, so very interesting find. Old Goldfields history. Love finding them, love picking them up because it is part of the history of the Goldfields out here. You know, who held that over 100 years ago. Awesome. Okay, I'll continue on. See you on the next dig. Always when you get onto a little patch of old brass, it's always a good sign, because in the really early days, so late 1800s, there's very little brass that was thrown out. And when you start getting into the early 1900s, you start getting more brass items. So in my pouch here, I'm starting to pick up a lot more brass bits and pieces from this area. So I've been slowing down and literally just digging every single signal. Same thing there. It's reasonably deep for goldfields, because if you have a look down there, as I start, you can see a bit of glass there that's buried. Looks like a bit of a bottle there, which I'll dig up later just to see if it is a full bottle. But mixed in that is ash. You can see little bits of burn there and ash. And I did have a tone in there. And as I said, because I'm digging everything, and where are we? This has come out over here, and I haven't picked this up yet. But looks good, looks good, looks good from the edge of it. I can tell that is going to be a dog license tag. I caught a glimpse of the back. Alright, that's what I wanted, that's what I wanted. Okay, let's have a look. On the front here, give this a bit of a brush, because everything that I'm finding here is it's beautiful ash that's coming out of everything. It's nice and clean. Look at that, just with my thumb. 1917. Dog registration, Western Australia. 1917, and on the back, your beauty. Give it a bit of a rub. That's another Q Day Dawn. Rhodes board of Q Day Dawn, number 37. Absolute ripper of a tag. Second one for the day, just being patient. Yep, second one for the day. Just going around nice and slowly, checking every target. That's the way to do it. Alright, awesome. I shall continue on, and I will see you on the next dig. Woohoo! Well, now it's basically after lunch. I haven't had anything really to film for quite a few hours. Mind you, I've still been digging stuff, plenty of stuff. Been already emptied my pouch a couple of times. But here, another surface find. Right there. And it looks like a coin. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see Veiled Head Victoria on the back. So, yeah, that's going to be, I'd say, by the size of sixpence. Let's give it a bit of a rub. Beautiful, look at that. See if I can get it to stay still. Sixpence. 1901. Might be clearer through the camera, but that's pretty clear. 1901. Then on the other side, flipped it the wrong way. Victoria. That's actually in remarkably good condition for a Goldfield silver. But it would be in good condition because it's a surface find, so it hasn't been down in the ash and getting all full of crap. So excellent. All right, I'll continue on. I'll see you on the next dig. Well, good morning. Back out again. The weather this week is going to start heating up, so I've probably only got today and tomorrow, and then it'll be too damn hot out here. But anyway, I find the mornings beautiful. I'm tending to concentrate a little bit more, to be honest, in the mornings. Same thing again. It's hard going amongst all this stuff, but yeah, I'm persistent, that's for sure. And look what's come out here. Yeah, that looks like a dog license. I think very similar to the one I found yesterday. I don't know if it's the same date, but I think it might be. But yeah, these clean off beautifully, just don't even need to brush them. They come up really, really nice. You can see on this, this is a dog license tag, dog registration tag. This front part here is a little bit crusty, so I'll give it a quick brush The back looks nice, so I'll be back in a moment. I'll just give it a quick brush off. Alright, just got it in some light, and it is the same year as the one I found yesterday. I'll try and get a little bit more light. Where are we? You can just make out on their dog registration, Western Australia, 1917. This side's not as nice as the back. The back is absolutely beautiful. That just rubbed off with my thumb. Rhodes Board of Q Day Dawn, number 60. Still a really, really beautiful tag. I'm really happy to have this morning, to be honest, because now I've got one I can trade. So, and these are pretty hard to get. So, excellent result. Good start to the day. Hope I get some more today. I'll see you on the next dig. Okay, apologies again for the wind noise, but yeah, the wind's come up now. It's just after 8 o'clock, and I've come down to this little spot here. Cars over there, and what I'm doing is I'm on the move, just having a look around for different patches. And I noticed up on this little hillside up here that there was a bit of glass around, so I've come up to have a look, and we'll just play spot the find. Alright, so now I've got it in the middle of the viewfinder, and I'll just zoom in. Look what is sitting here on the surface under that little bush there. That's a prickle bush, I've got to be careful taking it up. Oh yeah, ripper. Look at this. Look at this. That, my friends, is a snake buckle sitting there on the surface. And let me just zoom out so I can show you in focus. It's a lovely little heavy example too. So yeah, she's a genuine 1800s article. That's an early example, probably about the 1860s. So that's nice. That'll clean up well too. I do like that. But yeah, so this little area here is quite old, so I'll probably keep moving because I'm not going to find any tags here. But hey, that's absolutely fantastic. I've never found a snake buckle in the goldfields before. Whoop, get in light again, sorry. I've never found a snake buckle in the goldfields, so yeah, stick around for the wrap up because you'll see this one cleaned up. Alright, I'll move on and I'll see you on the next dig. Now, one thing I haven't found a heck of a lot on this trip out here is ladies' buckles. And underneath this bush here, got a signal on the surface there. That looks like a definitely late Victorian ladies' buckle. You can see where the strap would have gone through, and this is just B1/2 because there's the little catch there. So there's probably 2 halves to this. It would have been like a mirror image. Most commonly found in 2 halves, but we rarely find them both together. When we do, it's a bit of luck, but yeah, I'll clean this one up. That'll actually come up really quite nice. It's in good condition because it was on the same again on the surface. It'll clean up nicely and you'll see it in the wrap up. Alright, I'll continue on. I'll see you on the next dig. Well, after talking about how I haven't been finding a lot of ladies' buckles, after filming that last one, I've dug about 3 or 4, and it's funny, but down there, quite a deep one, right on the cap rock down there, because this is all quite hard underneath. This come out, and it's both halves of a, I'd say Edwardian ladies' buckle. And you can see there, it's complete, including all the lugs. And I'll just undo it so you can see. There we go. But lovely. Both pieces in the same hole, which is very, very unusual. Normally we find one, not the other. So I'm absolutely stoked with that. That'll clean up beautifully. You know, I'll keep these ones for the collection because, yeah, I very rarely find both. So that's excellent. All right, I'll move on. I'll see you on the next dig. Now, just in the shallow hole here, I've got an absolutely screaming tone, but it was really, really jumbled. Really jumbled. And this has come out, and I think that's sterling silver. And it looks like half of a like a cigarette case. Yeah, it's got hallmarks, definitely. So she's silver, all right. Not bad condition. Bit bent up, but yeah. Sterling silver, hallmarked. It's got some interesting little things on the front. This will clean up all right as well, so I'll clean this one up and you'll see it in the wrap up. But yeah, nice big sterling silver cigarette case. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, okay, well I'll have a bit of a poke around here and see if I can find the other half. Alright, see you on the next dig. Well, once again, my last day here. I'm going to be heading back to tomorrow morning because it's, I don't know how long I'll last today. It's going to get to about 38 degrees, so started nice and early, and I've been to a couple of spots already. Nothing really to speak of, but yeah, enough to keep me going. And coming to another little area here that I spotted as I was driving along. In that little scrape there, where are we? This has come out, and I'm pretty damn excited actually. Now I hope I didn't hit it, but I think that is going to be a horse and cart registration plate, and a different type that I haven't got. So it looks like about 1917. Let me give this a little bit of a very careful brush because it's very thin, very brittle, and I hope I haven't cracked it, but let me give it a quick clean. I'll be back to you shortly. Well, giving it a clean and I'm absolutely stoked. It's a horse and cart registration plate, just as I thought. And this is one I definitely do not have. You can see at the top it's got CDDRB, which stands for Q Day Dawn Roads Board. The stamp number is number 48, and it is from 1917. So that, my friends, has just made my trip. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Absolutely fantastic find, brilliant find. Really stoked. That's yeah, made my day. Really has. Okay, I'll continue on and I'll see you on the next dig. Well, I'm back home, and surprisingly, after 4 days of detecting quite a lot of finds. So this is the bucket of my finds that I got it done this last trip, and yeah, quite a few. I've actually been through this already, so all of this is actually going to be going to the go to scrap. But yeah, amazing how many targets came out in such a short period of time. But I was detecting for quite a few long hours, up on average and out on the detector by 5:30 a.m. and long days, generally back at camp by about 5 o'clock. So long day out there, but it was worth it in the end. All right, we'll go and have a look at all the good stuff. All right, welcome to the wrap up of all the finds. Did find a little bit of silver this trip, which was awesome. You saw this one come out on camera, which was the sterling silver cigarette case. It does have a monogram on it after I cleaned it up and had a look. And if you have a look at there, you can see the British hallmark, and it has a date letter of Q, and that particular date letter is for 1915. So nice little old silver cigarette case. There are a few other bits here, like sterling silver thimble. This is a sterling silver, I would have saying it would have been a brooch at one point, probably in like a harp shape, like a musical harp. Usual things that we find in the gold fields, these are quite common, which are the stems, pipe stems. And that particular one there does have a hallmark on it as well, with a date letter for there. I think it's a 1906 or 1907. One of the two would be very, very close to that. These are probably little saddle embellishments because they do have pins on the back, so they might have been on saddles. That's a corner of a book, and a couple of pocket watch bezels, which are silver. Coins wise, didn't get a lot of coins actually, but it doesn't really matter. What I got was nice ones. So you did see these on camera. The 1897 was on camera, and this one was on camera as well, the 2 sixpences, which were surface finds. 2 threepences I dug, both Edward the 7th era. a early Victoria penny, but I think that's was because it's very, very well worn. The site there was from 1900s, so this one's more towards the date of when everything started kicking off there at that particular spot. Did get some medallions. So World War I medallion. This one here is for what we call the Kitchener's Command, which was a fundraiser, and same with the Jack's Day in 1924 was a fundraising medallion that they had out. This one's an interesting one. I found one of these before, which is the Barrett Sweets, which was brought out to commemorate the coronation of King Edward VII, I think, because it is the coronation of 1902. And you can see just there, looks like Mr. Eddie, the old bald-headed Eddie. But nice little Barrett token. So yes, the buckles. I did find another pair. These ones here, though, they aren't quite intact. They have been broken. This one here, I'm not sure if I got it on camera. I don't think I did, but it's a beautiful one. Victorian, ladies. Filigree. I love these ones. Come up really, really nice when you clean them up. This one was on camera. You saw this one. I'd say it's either Edwardian or Georgian. It's more towards Edwardian, I would say, because the area that I found it in was Edward era. And it's come up beautiful. It's cleaned up. I'm not going to polish it. I'm going to keep it like that because I do like a little bit of patina on it. But nice intact buckle. Some that weren't on camera. This is one that wasn't on camera. Either was this. This is a little filigree brooch, which is really, really nice. Still intact. It's got the pin and the clasp. Would have been plated filigree, and that stone is glass. So this one was on camera, though. You did see this one, which is a nice, probably late Victorian, very, very late Victorian, maybe early Edward. But that's one half of a lady's buckle as well, which is nice. You saw this one. This little enamel brooch came out. Now, what I thought was going to be that this middle part was silver, but it's under a loop. It's not. It's actually copper, but it did clean up nicely. It's like a pin, push pin type arrangement on the back. Yeah, but cleaned up nice. Very, very nice. Then we have a Martin's patent buckle, snake buckle. You saw this one on camera that came out, and it's really, really nice condition. Beautiful snake buckle, very, very early 1800s, or not early 1800s, probably mid 1800s. Beautiful design on that one. This one I didn't get on camera, which is the Martin's patent. So that one there, 2 snake buckles come out, which is awesome, absolutely fantastic. A little always catch up with these buttons. I've only kept the ones that are I can attribute to a particular maker. Just the generics I don't keep because I've got so many of them. I've got so many generic buttons, it's not funny. You saw this on camera, which is the absolutely fantastic Q-Day Dawn Roads Board 1917 horse and cart registration plate, and the 2 1917 dog registration tags, which are from the Roads Board of Q-Day Dawn. I'll pop them over, and they've cleaned up beautifully as well. And then this one, which is the well-worn one, which is the 1918, which is also Q-Day Dawn Roads Board. Absolutely fantastic finds. So overall, did absolutely fantastic for only a 4-day hunt. Yeah, so please give me a thumbs up. Please like it. Yeah, subscribe, and chuck a comment on the videos, guys. I always love reading the comments, and it inspires me to go out again and video some more things for you. All right, I'll thank you very much for sticking with the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you on my next adventure.